Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for day one of the Warrnambool Carnival for Brierly Chase Day. Quite confident in my selection in the Brierly, as well as quite a few as well on the card, and pretty keen on a pair of Maeve jumpers that are going to be pretty short, but I think should be winning. But let's get into the preview for day one of the Warrnambool May Carnival. Race number one at Warrnambool to start the carnival, and it's a maiden hurdle over the 3,200 metres, and I'm with King's Charisma. Gone pretty average on the flat, has had one flat win, but now over to the jumps for the Maeve team. Couple of trials to get ready for it. First up, ready to explode over the jumps with a bang here, and I think he'll do so and will be winning very easily. Drawn a bit awkward at barrier number 13, but barriers don't really matter in the jumps races to me. Steve Pateman, the master aboard. I think King's Charisma is the clear one to beat, and clearly the one that will outstay them as well. Pure Deal for second is the one that's fit. Third up here, Good Berry for Aaron Lynch for the Lambing team, and I think is the only danger to King's Charisma. Aquila Volare can run well, but has had its chance at a couple of runs this campaign. And Gunaluva, the roughie, I thought could run well at $17. But King's Charisma on top. Race one at Warrnambool, 30 the win. Pateman to steer it home to victory. Race number two at Warrnambool is another maiden hurdle, the same distance over the 3,200 metres, and I'm within this race, Teofilo Star. Cam Ruilla in this saddle for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bolt. Rode the other horse that beat Teofilo Star last start to victory, did Cam Ruilla. But he's on, and I think can make it a winning double over the jumps, because it's only going to carry the 66.5, drawn moderately, well, drawn wide, but I think can still run well. Well, the barrier's not going to be an issue because he's going to get out in front, lead, and be in this for a long way. Aquila for second, thought it could be the main danger. Killarney, anywhere near its best flat form, will just trot this in. And half mast. Don't think I've ever seen a debut horse running in a maiden running in a jumps race, but first thing for everything. But Teofilo Star on top, quite clearly the one to beat with the Gay Waterhouse polish. 20 the win. Race number three at Warrnambool is another maiden hurdle over the 3,200 metres, and Impulsar for Steve Pateman and the Maeve team. Drawn wide, but just has miles on these. There's been a statement coming out during the week or over the weekend saying that the stable think he's ready for the jumps, and I think so too. 4 from 8. He just has a miler class on these. From Carisbrook for second. Can run well for William McCarthy, the other Maeve runner in the race, but has only won the one race from 17 starts. Autissiodorum for third for the Ben and JD Hayes team for Tommy Ryan aboard. Drawn well, but again, one win from 20 starts. Proverbial place getter. And number 10, Quiet Escape for fourth. I thought it was over the odds at $11, but probably does need to lift off 2 wins. From 11 starts and only the 1/3. But Impulsar, clearly the one to beat here, and will be bolting in under Steve Pateman. Just can't put enough on. Race number 4 at Warrnambool is a maiden over the 1,200 metres, and I'm with Love the Bull for Nash Willer and Simon Wild. The gear change here in being gelded and having a tongue tie for the first time. World-class jockey on in Nash Willer, drawn out wide, but I don't think that'll be the issue. Carrying the weight, think can carry it to victory here, is $8 and $6, so bit of market support around it early, so I think it's the one to beat. Yeltara for second. Maeve, Ben Allen, proven winning combination, and I think can run well with barrier number 3. Which It All, the other Simon Wild runner in the race for Ben Mallon, drawn 17. The gates would put me off. At Bush to City, the maiden of the field, and the first starter of the field for Declan Bates and Peter Chow. Don't know what to make of it, but can run well. But Love the Bull on top. Race for it. Warrnambool, 15 each way. Race number 5 at Warrnambool is the Verbis Gold Strike over the 1,000 metres, and I'm with Capulet. Had no luck in the Ottawa Stakes on debut, then went to Ballarat where it was too soft for her and didn't get an ideal run for Dean Holland on that occasion. Now first up at 1,000 for Declan Bates in the saddle. Drawn well with the 57, and I think can take a bit of beating here. From Maeve for second, has Kieran Marr actually in the ownership for Johnny Allen. He also trains the horse, and I think will be running well at 480. Atlantic Spirit, I was happy to take on as favourite. Had every possible behind She's All Shenanigans in the Gold Rush and didn't do anything. And Rose of Shalaa for 4th. But Capulet on top in the Boba Gold Strike, 1,000. She'll be too speedy. 25 the win. Race 6 at Warrnambool is the first featured jumps race of the carnival, and it's the Brierly steeplechase over the 3450 metres, and I'm with Flying Agent. Has a very good record at Warrnambool from winning 5 from 10 starts with a couple of placings, 3 from 4 at the distance, and loves the wet conditions, and I think can prove hard to beat here, and I think should be favourite for Lee Horner. Because he just jumps so well and does have a bit of flat ability as well. From Valac for second, probably will be up making the pace in this race from barrier number 1 with Steve Pateman aboard, who also trains it. Does have a weight advantage on Flying Agent as well. Britannicus is a really good chance. Third up from a spell, I think, can run well from barrier number 4, and Zarafa's in this horse as well. BT Jr., the old marble at this caper, can run well as well from barrier number 6 for Aaron Lynch. But I got Flying Agent on top in the Brierly. I think he can win 30 the win. Race number 7 at Warrnambool. It's a benchmark 70 handicap over the 2,350 metres, and I'm with Bazzini on top for Simon Wild and Nashua Willer again with that combination from barrier number 16. Drawn out wide. May need a little bit of luck. Might get trapped wide, but I still think has a really good second up record. 3 starts for the 2 wins in a second, and really revels on the soft conditions. Hasn't been to Warrnambool 3 times before and had run 1 second, but I think with Nashua Willer in the saddle is a leading hope against these. From Fairmont for second, good chance, but has had a couple of goes this campaign and has had its chance. Boise, happy to take on at the price. Didn't think it deserved to be favourite. I thought it should be about a $7, $8 chance. Mystery Island is the class of this field. Anywhere near its best will blow this field away, but just a question about where it's at now with Shane Jackson, formerly with Lindsay Smith, and I still think can run well. But Bazzini on top for Nashua Willer and Simon Wild to cap off a great day at Warrnambool to score a double. Race number 8 at Warrnambool is the Vale Dean Holland handicap over the 1,700 metres in his memory. And I'm pretty keen on Visionary here for Ben Mellon. Two starts this campaign, both on good tracks, both in much better races than this in the Shaftesbury Avenue and the Golden Mile. Up 100 metres doesn't concern me. Back onto a wet track, the main reason why I'm tipping this horse just doesn't go on top of the ground. And now back on a wet surface and to Warrnambool, I'm confident in this horse can win for Ben Mallam and has been really, really well backed. Daytona Bay for second. Maybe he's just a wet tracker and can show its best here for Peter Moody. Gamekeeper, the class of the field, over the odds of $15. His last start was encouraging to see if it was back to its best. And Kissinger, the other one in the race with a bit of class, the Pakenham Cup winner, returning, but it's going to need the run. Doesn't have any first up form. But Visionary on top. Race 8 at Warrnambool, 30 the win. Race number 9 at Warrnambool is a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,200 metres, and I'm with Who Are Havana here for the Lindsay Smith team. Jared Friday ride from barrier number 6 had 3 runs over in Perth for 3 seconds. He had 2 starts in Melbourne for the 2 wins, and I think he can go right on with it here and score another win. Doesn't have money convictions as some of the others do in this field. In form, on speed, can run well from sitting in behind them. Just is bomb-proof, this horse, and I think we'll be winning here. Bring Cardigan Queen, if they go hard up front, she'll be charging home to the line with Johnny Allen in the saddle. Duchess of Dorset, probably one of the pacemakers in the race, but has had every chance as past 2. And Jay Gatsby, second up, can improve. But I'm with Who Are Havana, race 9 at Warrnambool, 30 the win. Race number 10 at Warrnambool to close the card on day 1 at Warrnambool. It's a benchmark 64 handicap over the 1,100 metres, and I'm with They Call Me Bruce. Quite keen on this horse's chances. Drawn 2 for Liam Reed and Danny O'Brien. Won the maiden at Geelong. by a good margin of 2 lengths, then went to Geelong again and ran a narrow second to Carolee Rocks, who then went on to run a good race at Sandown on Saturday, and I think can prove hard to beat in the last They Call Me Bruce. Commands the field, the class of the field for Ben Mallam, can run well, but probably gets too far back. Rajnish and Wannabe Famous the next best two, but They Call Me Bruce is home in the last. Quite keen on his chances, and I think will be winning for Liam Reardon. 45 to win to close out the card. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for day 1 of the Warrnambool Carnival for 2023. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're back a winner, and I'll see you for day 2 tomorrow.